Well, Lui and Oliver came across some stories that ended up in the back of the drawer in their world headquarters.
A little something for everyone in this week's edition of the Newshounds.
Here's the Newshounds, Lui and Oliver, with their World News Roundup.
This week on the Newshounds, a spinning chimp.
Some backpacking penguins.
And a muddy elephant.
But first, a young Okapi was adorably enthusiastic as he was introduced to his habitat at the San Antonio Zoo. Footage released by the zoo shows the charismatic youngster galloping around his new enclosure at the zoo's Africa Live exhibit. The little guy was named Gates at a zoo fundraiser. Okapis native to Africa and genetically related to giraffes face significant threats to their survival due to habitat destruction.
Zookeepers at Chester Zoo in the UK filmed the birth of a critically endangered eastern black rhino. Mom Zuri delivered the female calf last week. Zookeepers say the pair are now inseparable. This birth is extremely important. Experts say there are less than 600 eastern black rhinos in the wild.
If you're a 2-year-old Asian elephant, how do you entertain yourself? You play in the mud. That's what Brazos did recently on a rainy day at the Fort Worth Zoo. According to the zoo, he's a typical juvenile male elephant and can often be found getting dirty and making messes. Sounds about right.
Violet, a 3-year-old chimpanzee who calls the Maryland Zoo home, is a real swinger. That's her twirling around while she holds onto some fabric. The zoo jokes that it's the chimp's newest hobby, aerial acrobatics.
Meet Gonzo. He's a Tamandua who's going on an adventure at Point Defiance Zoo in Tacoma, Washington. Tamandua, also known as lesser anteaters, have an 18-inch long sticky tongue used to grab insects. Here, he hits pay dirt after finding an ant nest at the zoo. Gonzo is an 8-year-old male and has lived at the zoo since his birth.
And finally, several penguins at Harbin Polar Land, a Arctic-themed aquarium in northeast China, quickly became the center of attention at the Snow Town scenic spot inside the aquarium. With small backpacks attached to their bodies, the penguins were found waddling around as if they were headed to school. The adorable creatures were soon surrounded by tourists who had to capture this magic moment on camera. And that's this week's edition of the Newshounds.
Happy vacation, Mark.
We'll see you guys in a couple of weeks.
Enjoy it.
All right.